Hi, my name is Alice, and today's video is gonna have the same purpose as last time, as in correcting a mistake that people make in French. And this time the mistake is this moi within the sentence il a donné moi un cadeau. So what it should be is il m'a donné un cadeau. That's the correct way to say it. This ma comes from ma plus a, donné, where we have two vowels, this one and this one, following each other, one in the end of the word, one in the beginning. So we replace that by an apostrophe. But that's not what I want to focus on. What I want to focus on is the fact that we need me and we don't need moi. And the interesting thing is, I think it's understanding the reasoning behind why the person made the mistake in the first place. So moi and me are both pronouns, and actually both of them refer to me. So maybe you know that pronouns vary depending on is it a feminine or a masculine, is it a plural or a singular, and on what is the function they have in the sentence. And this last part is the part I want to focus on right now. Because as I said, moi and ma are referring to me. And actually, pronouns referring to me are je, me, and moi. These are the three pronouns that I can use to refer to myself, but I cannot choose them. I have to use them depending on what I am doing in the sentence, sort of. That's how I understand it. So every sentence is an action, or most simple sentences are an action, and the action is defined by the verb, in this case, donner. So to understand the notion of function, we have to imagine it as an action that someone is performing on something and then maybe some additional information. And when we think of it, we will want to reply to three questions. One is, who is doing the action? Then the action is done on what, or what am I acting on? So the what is going to be the question. And then the last one in this case will be to whom. And grammatically, the who is the subject and the what an object, and the to whom an indirect, what I would call an indirect object. So who in this case, in our example, who is he, il? That's the who. What is the gift? He gave a gift. So that's the what. Un cadeau. And then to whom in French would be à qui. And it's important because if you want to reply this way, you're going to want to say à moi. He gave it to me, à moi. And by replying, maybe not, and this is correct, this is the right way to say it. So it is not à me, it is à moi. And when you think of it this way, you really want to put moi in here. And it makes sense to want to put moi. But as much as this is the correct way to say it when you have this preposition before, in this case, when there is no preposition, and moreover, when me, or the reference to me, is just next to the verb, we don't want moi, we want me. I don't want to go into detail on why it is, but it is that way. And to illustrate the fact that it works that way, I'm going to just show you a table of all the forms that the pronouns, the personal pronouns can have and what it depends on. So you have to visualize this as for the first person singular. To know if I have to use je, me, or moi, I have to answer these questions one after the other. So Of course, you have to understand them, and in this case, we need only to understand the first one, so that's what I'll focus on. We have to know if it's une forme conjointe ou une forme disjointe. What does it mean? Literally, it means, like, or to explain it simply, it means, is the moi or the me right next to the verb, or is it separate? And when there is this à moi, by definition, it's split. By definition, it cannot be next to the verb anymore. So when it's à moi, we are in this case, forme disjointe, so we have to use moi. When this reference to me is right next to the verb, we are in this case. For example, I eat, je mange, it's right next to the verb and it's subject, so it's je. In our case, il m'a donné, it's right next to the verb, but it's not subject, so it's me. This is an easy way to reason about it. Of course, when you speak, you don't have this table in mind, but my purpose is just to make it clear that it's not as simple as thinking subject, object, indirect object, and then I have my answer. It's a bit more complex than that, and that's the complexity. And that's what my friend was confused about. It's because she had kind of made up this rule without knowing it. She had made up this rule in her head, but the rule is a bit more complex than that. And that's why she made this mistake. Instead of using me, she used moi. I hope this clarified. If you have other ideas of topics I could cover or explanations you'd like to have, please leave it as a comment and I'll try to cover it in the next video. I hope to see you soon and I wish you a nice day.